Here's the truth, you guys. Men don't obsess over the prettiest girl in the room, the one who's wearing all designer clothing, all these superficial things women are told. Men obsess over the woman who loves herself the most. Because when you love yourself the most, you're super unbothered. And I would also say, you're a little unimpressed. Like a guy has to really work hard to earn your affection. And that taps into the hunter instinct within all men that they want to win you over. Anytime you hand yourself over on a silver platter to a man, he takes you for granted because he knows you would commit to any guy who said he kind of liked you. And that's like winning a participation trophy. When you make a guy have to earn you, he has to work to get you. Then when he finally gets you, it's like that first place feeling, that dopamine rush associated with winning. That is why when you radiate unbothered energy, men are magnetized towards you. So the first way to harness unbothered energy is to become self-sufficient. And what I mean by this is to decenter men from your universe. You should have a well-rounded life outside of men. You should be so happy living your best effing life. Then you naturally attract in great men. But if you are super needy in that, like, I need him to love me energy, you're actually repelling men. They can feel that whether they say it out loud or not. And this sends a clear signal to him that either you're going to add to my life, you're going to elevate it, you're going to make it better, or there's no space for you in my life. Then he knows he needs to court you, he needs to impress you, or he's going to be kicked to the side. And when he knows this, it inspires him to court you, to book the dinner date, to call you, to follow through. When he knows he's already won you without even trying, there's no inspiration to him to step up and court you. 2, respond, don't react. So unbothered energy, contrary to popular belief, doesn't mean that you don't care. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, if my partner got up and left me, I obviously would care. I would say it's more so knowing your worth. The guy that's aligned for you, the guy that the universe would pick out for you, is not a guy you're going to have to like nail down and convince to love you. It's going to be a guy that actively chooses you. And when you kind of release your grip of like wanting to force a guy to be with you, the irony in that is that then he's naturally attracted to you. Make men have to prove their worth to you. If he takes hours in a day to text you back, you're not crying, you're not seeing it as a sign you're not worthy. You're like, okay, noted. That's the kind of guy you are. You said you were going to call and you didn't. You said you were going to book the dinner date and you didn't. It's really looking at men's behavior more so as data points instead of constantly seeing it as signs of like, why aren't I good enough? Why isn't he choosing me? I always tell my clients, anytime you take a man's behavior personally, you are in for a rough ride. And remember that how a man treats women has nothing to do with you. Says so much more about his internal state. Men who are hurting women, men who are falling short of their promises, that's reflective of who they are, not you. 3 is mastering the art of mystery. You guys, I would scream it from the rooftops if I could. Men love women who are a little elusive because when you are elusive, you leave space between him and you for him to chase you. And men love this feeling. So resist the urge to overshare all the time and just give information that is needed. So instead of being like, oh, I'm going out to dinner on Friday with my best friend, we're going to this restaurant, we're doing this, and da 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 da, be like, oh, I'm going to dinner. Leave a little room for mystery. I call this the cliffhanger effect. When a TV show cuts off in the middle of a scene, what do you have to do? You have to watch the next episode. And it's the same way with you as a woman. When you don't overshare, then he has to know more. He has to get to know you better. He has to figure out the answer to the mystery. 4 is holding firm boundaries. You guys, unbothered women, they never, ever, 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 and none of you, ever, ever, ever settle for crumbs. They simply state what they want. They state what they're looking for. They're intentional. And if a guy doesn't meet that bar, they move on. They're not begging him to act right. They're not trying to convince him to be a good boyfriend. If you ever have to explain to a guy how to treat you, that's how you know he's the wrong guy. High value women instead allow a man to be who he is and simply evaluate. Does this guy deserve a spot in my life? Is he consistent? Is he meeting my standards? Am I impressed by him? This shows that you respect yourself. You don't just want any boyfriend, you want to wait and prioritize the right boyfriend. And 5 is embodying confidence. Contrary to popular belief, being unbothered does not mean you're cold. I think that's really misunderstood online. Being unbothered means you laugh the little things off. You don't see disrespect from men as a sign that you're not worthy. You still want to be in your feminine energy, which is very warm. That's what draws him in. But you're unbothered in the sense that you already know that you are worthy of love and you find that within. However, he behaves is his own business, it has nothing to do with you. And that makes it easier to detach from his behavior. And the paradox is this makes men obsessed with you because now they're like, whoa, she's the coolest girl ever. She loves herself and she's not going into hysterics when I don't text her back. This makes men obsessed with you because they're like, whoa, she's the coolest girl ever. She loves herself. She knows she's worthy and she won't put up with my bullshit. So then he has to rise to meet your standard. And the crazy thing is, he loves you for it. So in closing, being unbothered is not pretending you don't care. It's about loving yourself more than any guy. When you carry this energy, men become obsessed. They can't stop thinking about you and they have to have you. And this is how some women consistently have incredible boyfriends. They've harnessed this energy, which is inherently magnetic to men. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and book a one-on-one with me.